So I finally played Ys, and man, do we got a lot to talk about. So you might be thinking, Ethan, what is Ys? Good question. Ys is a long-running JRPG series from one of my personal goats, Falcom. You may know Falcom as the creator of Trails, their biggest series. Well, think of Ys as kind of like a sister to Trails. Both have similar elements, but at the end of the day, Ys is an action RPG with puzzles, parkour, exploration, and adventuring as its main focus. You play as the amnesia merchant Adol the Adventurer, who goes around the world of Ys fighting big boss battles, helping out towns, and just exploring, really. Ys combat has had a ton of evolution over time, from bumper combat to a more isometric bullet hell style to a third-person combat system overhaul. It's genuinely fun to play in every era. Now that we talked about what the series is, let's talk about the play order, because man, it's confusing. According to the fanbase, there's 3 main play orders. There's the story order, the gameplay order, and the release order. I definitely recommend you visit this site. I'll link it down below in the comments. It shows all the play orders, the benefits of each route, and why you may enjoy said order. I personally just played the series 1 to 10. I ignored every play order list, and that was a mistake. I'd personally definitely have to recommend release order, so you get the natural improvements from each title as time goes on. Now that we've covered the play order, all that's left to do is talk about the games. Here was my first Ys game. I decided that I would just suffer through the bumper combat and just play the oldest titles first to get them out the way. Now, it would seem my worries were genuinely for nothing, as Ys 1 was a good game. Maybe I did end up having to use a guide for almost everything, so mainly I'm talking about the boss fights here. Those boss fights were challenging and they were fun. I remember fighting the Bat Boss thinking there was no way I was going to beat this game. It was rough, but I at least had the music to keep me going. I originally heard that Ys had great soundtracks, and yeah, you people were right. How could this not get you pumped? Which it did, all the way to the final boss, which was one of the hardest bosses in the whole series. I won't spoil anything here, but man, just be prepared, it's tough. Ys 1 was an awesome entry game. I knew it only got better from here, and I was so excited for the next 2 releases. Ys 2 released with Ys 1 and came bundled together, so I was at least expecting a similar game, and that it was. Fun boss fights, great music, and a bumper combat system that was starting to get a bit old, and that's it. I don't really have anything else to say about Ys 2. To me, Ys 1 and Ys 2 were just the same game, so I'll leave it at that and move on to one of my favorites. Now is the point where I decided I'm gonna play the series in numbered order. So first, I would play Origins, even if it came out after Naphtysm, meaning I would be playing backwards. And wow, I wish I started with this game. This is the game that really got me into Ys, and this is the game I have to recommend to anyone as their first Ys game. It's a prequel game with some ties to Ys 1 and 2, but it really can be played first, it doesn't matter. The premise of Ys Origin is that you have to climb a tower, and that's it. Survive the bosses and the dungeons within the tower, and you'll be rewarded with a pretty serviceable story. But the story isn't really where it's at anyways. It's the combat and boss fights. The boss fights in Origin are so damn memorable. Like, remember that giant centipede boss? Shit, that got me stuck for a while. They always felt like the perfect mix of difficulty and fun, mixing again that awesome soundtrack and those trails in the sky isometric graphics, and we've struck gold. Ys Origin just had everything going for it, and it stands as one of my favorites. Ys the Oath of Felghana is in a weird spot for me. While the engine and combat were for the most part similar to Origins, it just didn't stick with me as strongly. I went into Oath of Felghana with high expectations since I've only heard great things about it. However, this is where my play order really started to show its weakness. Everything in Felghana was just a downgrade from Origins. Everything just seemed more simple. And while it was still a fun Ys game, it just never really clicked like Origins did. Maybe it was the fact that while Origins was very linear, I often found myself getting lost and using guides in Felghana. I don't know. Either way, while Felghana may not have clicked, I can't say the same for our next entry. Ys memories of Celceta felt like something straight out of my childhood. Whether it was the graphics, the dialogue, or the combat, everything about this game was charming. While Origin's only goal was to climb a tower, here your only goal is to explore a forest. And man, did I have fun exploring that forest. This was the first Ys game for me that really brought that feeling of adventuring. And that's why Celceta is another Ys game I have to highly recommend. Just like Origins, Celceta really feels unique and provides an experience that, well, unfortunately is kind of rushed at times, the ending specifically. It still deserves a good recommendation from me. Now here's an interesting one. Ys 5 was never actually localized or remade, so just like everyone else, we skipped over it today. Ys 6, the Arcanaptism. Unfortunately, I never got the chance to finish Ys 6. I initially found it similar to Oath of Felghana, where it kinda just felt like a downgrade of Origins, which makes sense as it's the third oldest game in the list. Another reason why numbered order really didn't make too much sense to go with. Anyways, I will finish Naptism eventually, I just haven't gotten to it yet. Ys 7 is also in a similar boat as I haven't found it on a good sale yet. So subscribe if you'd like to see Ys 6 or 7, and for now, let's continue to 8. Ys 8 is a unique entry on the list because I haven't been playing it properly. Built into the Steam version is this experimental co-op mod. It's very janky at times, and I probably wouldn't recommend it to anyone else, but me and my friend have been playing the game together. We're about halfway through and it's a pretty charming game so far. I can tell this game takes a lot of inspiration from Celceta as they're very similar. So maybe that's why I also have to recommend this as your first Ys game. If you wanted to play a more modern entry, I think Ys 8 is great, and that's where I'm currently at. I plan on playing Ys 9 and 10 immediately following 8, so let me know if you'd like to see a video on those. The remainder of the series, though, has been a great experience. I wouldn't say it's Falcom's best work. Trails will always hold that special place for me, but nonetheless, it's a great action RPG series that provides such a wide range of games that you have to try one out. Hey, thanks for watching to the end. Leave a like if you made it this far, and comment down below what your favorite Ys game is, or what Ys game you plan on playing. As always, this was Ethanime. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.